So welcome back guys. So this is lecture number 2nd on 4th unit. So last class we have dealt about system response by adding poles and zeros. So what is actually happening? So by adding poles and zeros, so with the controlling names, so I have seen something called proportional, integral and derivative. That means if adding proportional means I'm adding gain some k, and integrator means I'm adding some 0 at pole, 0 at origin, and derivative actions also. And cumulatively we'll see something called P, Pi, PD. That means proportional plus integrator and proportional but derivative. So these are all called adding zeros and poles only. Okay. By here we are naming that controller. Some with controller we name that K control unit. With that naming we are proceeding now. So before we had added the poles and zeros, we have seen the system responses. So shifting the root locus to the left to shifting the root locus to the right, determining the after adding the poles and zeros whether the system is stable or unstable. So we have just with the help of real-time examples we are elaborating the things, right? So I'm again saying for the system to be a good one, we have to see the stability. It should be stable one and should have steady state error equal to 0 and should have good transient response. The response should be good. Okay, this is the main things while concerning about the design. So let us see one by one whether these things are meeting or not. Okay, so let us first initially look at the proportional control. So in the proportional control, to extrude that, I have taken the first order system. So the first order system time constant tau. So for this first order system, added k. That is adding k means what is actually doing. So this is the error signal E of s. The error signal E of s multiplied with k gain. This is the control unit. This is giving multiple of gain to error signal to the actual system. The actual system getting some response. So the response, how we getting? So we have know that error signal with we already dealt this previous in the second unit. So to find the error signal equation, we have derived this. So we have to get this. So we have obtained this error signal. So for error signal steady state error, that is the response for any second unit response, the error to find, we have this is the equation. Okay, limit t tends to infinite, so you have to find error at the end. For time infinite time, we have to see whether what is the error. So we are using this initial value theorem, final value theorem. We have limit s tends to 0, s of E of s. We have the E of s here. We substitute that and we just cancel this s, and if we substitute s equal to 0 in this, so these are all mathematics. Okay, so s equal to 0 here, we obtained something called steady state error, this one by k plus k1. Now what with the observation? So we have incorporated the constant k, that is proportional controller, to the main system, and we have obtained a steady state error something like this. So this steady state error, my concern for the stable system is what my steady state error should be 0, but here it is happening what some finite value I'm getting. Okay, so if we increase the k value from 0 to infinite, so this will getting it to 0, right? So the proportional constants has improved the time constant some t to t minus 1 plus k. So if this is a time constant, if you say, so this time constant for this system is k by 1 plus k. So we have improved the time constant, right? That means we improved the response. However, the error of this system is not equal to 0, right? So the error can be reduced by choosing a large k, but high gains has a tendency to destabilize the higher order plants. So we can't increase the k value for up to a finite value, infinite things, to make this error to 0. So to do this something, we have to add the proportional to is something else. So the proportional thing what it gives is it just increasing the time constants, but it cannot give the steady state error to 0. So there is a problem with only a controller having proportional thing. Okay, so this has one limitation, right? Now let us move to something interesting thing here. It is integral control. So this is the control unit. So I am calling integral k by s1. So integration of e of s, it is happening, right? So k by s. So if you see, this is output signal from the control unit. So what is k by s? So it is way of the integration of this thing. Okay. So integration of error signal output of this control unit by adding an integrator will give this to the system, right? So if we having an integrator for the same system, in spite of proportional thing, I have incorporated integral thing. So what is the response we have seen? So same mathematics I did here, I find error signal, I got something r of s by this thing. So after substituting this thing, all this, so I obtained eventually to the steady state error equal to 0. Wow, very good. So without adding any cumbersome, so here we have a cumbersome with k, but here we have error equal to 0. But this has some limitations again. So with the integral as a controller, the error signal is now 0, but the order of the system is increased to 1 to 2. As we see, for higher order system, the addition of extra pole may lead to instability. So what is this sentence? So we cannot add poles. So adding an integrator means what? So here, so in normal we have in general we have g of s equal to 1 by ts plus 1. Now what happening? G1 dash equal to some k by s into t of s plus 1. So here what I did is, so to increase the steady state error, I incorporated the pole here. If we increase higher, so another pole is added, what happens? It leads to unstable. So increasing, so getting a steady state error is okay for me, but we are not compromising on stability. So we'll see that with that one thing. So I came up with something called, this is the second order system. So I incorporate some s here. Now what happening? I got this thing. This is the overall system I got. So k by s square plus js plus 1. Got this. Here if we do this math, I get steady state error equal to 0. But we have to see the stability also by this sentence. So as we see, for a higher order system, addition of extra pole may lead to instability. So we can see that by the root locus. So I'm having two poles here and a pole at here. So this goes to here. But with k equal to 0 to some finite value, immediately it getting unstable. That means I cannot compromise on stability even though my steady state error equal to 0. That means we had some special treatment. So only integrator which doesn't give a stability, which doesn't give a steady state error equal to 0. Only integrator, so only proportional which doesn't give a steady state error equal to 0. Only proportional integrator, only integrator even though steady state error equal to 0. If we increase higher integrators, we have the problem with stability. So what we see now is, for this system, I have incorporated proportional plus integrator. Now see the magic here. See. So the overall system g of s is k into 1 plus g. So the overall system, this is the overall system. So adding, so these are in cascade things. So I added these things. So I obtained here. So by the adding steady state error configuration, by the use the same mathematics, I having a steady state error equal to 0. Now to find the stability, I have the tool root locus. So here, so I have two poles and maybe a pole 0, or so substituting the values of j. So here g, we know that j is a moment of inertia, so this is a mechanical system I have taken. So b is a friction constant. So either pole 0 here or pole 0 here, or so maybe so here. So either thing, this will not lead my system to unstable. So for this thing, can I the root locus be like this? Can I draw? We have seen something previously for this type of thing. So my root locus is shift like this, right? This is the stable, right? Okay, by integrate for this type of system, by adding proportional integrator, we are satisfying the errors equal to 0, and we are not compromising on the stability, right? So that means by using proportional integrator, proportional ensure the stability and integrator eliminates the steady state error. So by using proportional controller, we increase the stability and we increase the steady state error. So these two things are satisfied with the proportional plus integrator, right? Now what about the transient stability, transient response? So the proportional PI will not give the transient response. So we'll see that something there. So what is that? So we have another controller called derivative controller. So derivative controller means to show that derivative control action. That means my derivative control will increase the transient response. To explain about explain the action of derivative, I take the system, this system having two poles at origin. By seeing the system, we can straight away say the system is unstable. Why? Because there are two poles in the image. This is open loop system. If I have the closed loop system, I have something called characteristic equation, which is giving poles on the imaginary axis. So if the poles on the imaginary axis, they are not stable, so you're getting unstable, marginally stable. So it will get always oscillations. So we have to improve something. So always oscillations means the transient response is weak. There is no settling time, nothing. So you have to include something called damping to the system. So to acquire the damping for this system, we have to incorporate the derivative thing. That means for this system, if I have only proportional thing, I have failing something called here having only imaginary. For the step input, I am having a poor oscillations, which is not improving the stability, the transient response. But we can say that this is a marginally stable one, but regarding the transient response, nothing has improved with the proportional thing. But for this proportional thing, if I add something called derivative, so K is proportional, K into KD, that is K into TD, that is KD, derivative control, multiple constant. So proportional plus derivative. If adding means what happening? This is the overall system. So if you do that, so this how we get this, no? Multiplicate of this and a closed loop system. This is the closed loop system approach. Just only the math only need to understand. And the closed loop response, I got this thing. The characteristic equation obtained something which is in the form of s square plus 2 zeta omega n plus omega n square, where this is different and this is the difference. Here we don't have any 2 zeta omega n value. But here we are having. That means if we incorporate the derivative thing, I incorporate the damping to the system. If I increase the damping to the system, my response will eventually have a damping thing. In spite of only oscillations, I improve the transient response by adding derivative. That means by using proportional plus derivative, I improve the stability and the transient response. Okay, so by these two things, that is, PI will give proportional plus integrator will give a stability and increase and steady state error equal to 0. Here the stability will improve and the transient response here. Now for this system it gives. Now what about the system which is completely unstable? So that means just have a look over this after this class, just after writing the notes, just check out what is the explanation I'm giving, right? So to tell the derivative thing, to tell the integrate constant purpose, I took this system. Why I took this system means we have to understand. For the explanation of this, I took this type of system. But for explanation of derivative, I have not taken this system, but I am taking this system. So you need to understand. I am leaving for you only. So why I have taken this system for derivative control? Why I have taken that system for integral control? Now let us see something called PID. So we are incorporating proportional, derivative, and integral. So much powerful. To understand the powerfulness of this PID, I have taken something system called completely unstable system. Why I am saying completely unstable system? This means this system having two poles here, right half the S-plane. So if it is k tends to 0, my root locus will be something here which is completely right side of the S-plane. So it is by root locus we are significantly saying this, my root locus poles is writing on the right side means it is unstable system. So by using P derivative ID, so you make some textbooks will give PID, some textbooks will PDI, so both are equal, so there is no but much difference. Now let us slowly incorporate. If we increase only proportional thing, what are the thing I have obtained? So this is the overall response, S square minus P. The system cannot be stable using just proportional control. As at best, the stability can be achieved. So marginal stability only achieved. Why? Because this gives, while increasing proportional, this gives only poles at imaginary axis only. If you draw this, so S square equal to root of something, well, so here we can give this marginal stable only, but complete stability is not possible, right? If you use proportional to for this system. Now if you add the derivative thing to here, so the writing part is important. So after writing the notes, you will have to check out the things exactly. Okay, so only listening my lecture is not enough for you guys. Okay, so I'm adding any derivative thing to this, and the overall system is getting this, and g of s equal to this system. Now for kd greater than 0 and kp greater than, kd means I already said that derivative constant, and kp means proportional constant. The system is stable. So why I'm saying system is stable? So see, this is s square plus 2 zeta and omega n plus k omega n square. This is the standard second order system. So this system is always arbitrarily placing the poles is possible is stable only. Now the steady state error, if you see the steady state error, what happening is it is not equal to 0, right? So it is increasing the transient thing here up to, so adding a proportional will give stability, adding a derivative will improve the transient response, because here there is no only poles at imaginary axis, there are only oscillations. If you add derivative for the oscillations, I am improving the transients, but I cannot give significant steady state error. I cannot give steady state error equal to 0. That means up to here it is increased here. It gives stability concept. Marginally it is increased. Up to here the transient response is achieved, but the steady state error should be achieved by something adding, that is PI, integral controller also. If we incorporate this integrated controller, the overall system is this. So this is by Routh-Hurwitz. So for KD, KP, KI value is greater, we can say that this system is stable. And again, eventually, if a steady state error with this mathematics thing, I obtain steady state error equal to 0. That means with proportional derivative and for a complete unstable system, we can say that it is stable and by achieving the transient and steady state error equal to 0. The tangent is obtained by adding derivative, and the steady state error equal to 0 by obtaining integral for this complete unstable system. Okay, so this is about PI, PD, PID controller. Now in the next class, so what is the PID is giving? So the above example, for that above example, if we use the PID, the stability and unstable second order system is increased. Through the multiple design degree of freedom afforded by PID, we can place the poles in arbitrarily. Okay, so you can, with the different values of Kp, Kd, Ki, whatever the poles we get for that zeros and poles, we can say the arbitrarily we can say the system stable, and the system has a perfect tracking of step signals because of the integral controller. So perfect tracking means, so for any step input we have getting a steady state error equal to 0. So the other meaning of this sentence is steady state error equal to 0 means perfect tracking of what of the system step input we getting this. Okay, so this is about PID. So in the next classes, so we have some issues with PID. So we'll deal that whatever the things which have now dealt is okay, but controller directly PID controller cannot be implemented, or PI controller cannot be implemented, or PD control cannot be implemented. So we have issues on them. In the real time, we speak about that. After discussing the issues, we have to do some nullification. That means we have to improve some things. So that is eventually lead to lead lag compensations